Alright. It is Wednesday, April 22nd, 2020 at 9:21 p.m. Alright. So I'm going to cover some tornadoes that are happening right now. A couple of seconds ago, like 42 seconds, when I was looking at the post, there had just been tornadoes announced by Reed Timmer. It says Reed Timmer, confirmed damaging tornado in southwest Louisiana is heading for Rosapine, Louisiana in about 15 to 20 minutes. Take shelter immediately. And then they show the images here of the radar. Let's zoom into these, and you can see the tornado spotted in this radar image. Alright, guys, so take shelter if you are in Rosapine, Louisiana. In 15 or 20 minutes, you're going to be getting sideswiped or hit by a tornado. So stay safe, guys. Also, tornado on the ground. This was Springer, Oklahoma, moments ago. To show the image here of the tornado. So right now, the south and parts of Texas, Louisiana, Arkansas, Mississippi, they're getting sideswiped with severe weather. Says here, SPC Day 1 outlook enhanced risk late this afternoon and evening across parts of southeastern Oklahoma and much parts of northern Texas through southwestern Arkansas, northern Louisiana, and parts of western Mississippi. Here is the SPC outlook for enhanced, marginal, and slight weather. So please be aware if you live in these areas and stay safe. Make sure you check on the weather in your area and check on your neighbors. Keep your family safe. Alright, here it says likely an intense tornado hitting on Alaska 2 hours ago. Also, you don't see supercells lined up tornado warned like this too often. Big time day unfolding in southeast Oklahoma. So let's take a look at this image here of this. If it pops up. Okay, doesn't want to pop up. So let's zoom in with the tool. Alright, so these are the areas you see multiple tornadic cells traveling towards the east as these storms are traveling eastward. Says here, strong tornado ongoing Springer, Oklahoma. Let's zoom into this picture. Wow, that is a big wedge. It's not gigantic, but it's big enough. Alright. Strong tornado, very tilted from the ground up, as many were today, tearing through Madic, Oklahoma. Tragically, I'm hearing reports of fatality from this tornado. Let's open up this video and take a look at this video, this footage of the tornado passing. Look at that debris just flying in the distance. That's a pretty big storm. Alright, sorry to hear that fatalities were attributed to this tornado. Please pray for their families. Alright, 2 fatalities in Madill, Oklahoma this afternoon. Tornado warning including Rosapine, Louisiana, Evans, Louisiana, Knight, Louisiana until 8:15. Tornado warning 8:15 p.m. tonight. It says here, this is ugly. Fort Polk and Rosapine, get to shelter now. Helmets on and blankets around you. Intense tornado around the ground, and this is textbook 18 minutes ago. And this showed the image here of the signature for the tornado heading for Fort Polk South and Leesville in Louisiana. Alright, guys. So pretty much the storms are happening right now. It says, wow, incredible video of Madill, Oklahoma tornado moments ago. Major damage. Let's open this and see. Look at that. Wow, that is a big tornado. Look at all that debris just being thrown up in the air. Alright, guys, so pretty much it's very active tonight. Let's take a look in the IR loop. These are the storms happening right now over Louisiana, Arkansas, Mississippi, and parts of Alabama, parts of Texas. Let's zoom in. These are the areas right here: Texas, Louisiana, Arkansas. The storms are heading over right now. So they're heading eastward, so pretty much keep an eye out tonight for if you live in these areas. Stay safe. Alright, so this is the second part of my video. Yesterday I made a live stream, and I think like 20 minutes or so was cut off from the live stream, so I'm going to cover what I had done in the live stream. Alright. Sasquatch sightings, many happening in Michigan thanks to man's encounter. Chris Ketchum swears he saw the footprints of Bigfoot while growing up in Mason. More than 5 decades later, he was making sure sightings are more common. The Sasquatch has been a slice of North American folklore for decades. All these ape-like creatures supposedly dwell in the wilderness, while most of the supposed sightings in the United States happen in Pacific Northwest and some portions of Canada. A mid-Michigan man is making sure sightings are more common in the Mitten State thanks to an encounter he claims to have as a kid and a creation he started making 50 years after it happened. In February 1968, Chris Ketchum was 15 years old, growing up in Mason, Michigan, which is located 15 miles south of Lansing. He was tending to some of his neighbor's horses when he noticed something unusually crossing M36. I got onto the road and there was a huge footprint, said Ketchum. I then saw another one on the other side of the road, so whatever it was had a stride of 8 or 9 feet. Ketchum followed the 2 footprints, then looked toward an open field on the side of the road. I could see a trail of them going back to the woods. Each footprint was at least 15 inches long. Ketchum never forgot the experience. I figured it had to be Bigfoot, Ketchum said. Having spent all his life in Mason, I've heard many people say they've seen them around these parts. 52 years later, Ketchum has decided to channel the experience he has as a teenager by way of a unique woodworking project. He has started making Bigfoot silhouettes. In early 2020, Ketchum bought a large sheet of plywood from an area in a lumber store. He traced out 8-foot-tall image of Bigfoot on it, and he used a saw to cut it out. He painted it black and stood it in his front yard. My reasoning for making it was because I always wanted one. It reminded me of my encounter, and it was my way of reminding those who see it as something's out there. His newly crafted yard decoration caught more attention than he ever realized. People driving would slow down and stop. They would look around and turn around and drive by again. Not only were people stopping, they started to approach Ketchum and ask how much they could get a giant wooden Sasquatch for themselves. I just started churning them out. I've made and delivered to special people in the Mason and Dansville area, but I'm not opposed to making them for people who live elsewhere in Michigan. So that's pretty interesting that he had an encounter and then it inspired him to create art and, share that with his community. Alright, next, the Schumann Resonance. Alright, so here's a picture of the Schumann Resonance as it is currently. Pretty much it's been calm, the vibration frequency of the planet. But previously, the Schumann Resonance a couple days ago was pretty much gone haywire. It had pretty much exploded in the sense of all the energy that I had seen in the chart was surprising to me. I wasn't expecting the frequency of the planet to be that high for such a long period of time. Here's you see the frequency showing all this white area. It shows that the frequency of the planet was higher for a certain amount of time, and then now it's lower. But it just shows me that these effects could help affect not just the frequency of the planet, but does that affect crops? Does that affect a lot of things on the planet, and we're not even really sure of it. We don't measure how much of vibration affects the planet. So it's something to keep out in mind, especially on Earth Day. Alright, also, the Hubble reveals an interstellar visitor, unlike any local comet. I talked about the Swan and Borisov comet and the Atlas comet, but what I found interesting that they cut off in the video yesterday was that a lot of these observatories are closed down now. Pretty much there's 8 observatories that are running right now. 1 is Russian, the other 7 are American, and they're not really sharing a lot. The other observatories that were open before, I think it was a year ago or a year before, they started shutting down the observatories and not showing anymore, sharing the information of the live stream or the live feeds or the pictures of what was in space. So my question is, what are they hiding now that these past 2 years that they don't want to share? So it's always good to be inquisitive and ask questions when it comes to what's happening in our skies. All right, next. UFOs remain elusive despite decades of study. The UFO investigation group MUFON turns 50 next month. What have we learned over the past 5 decades? In July, Mutual UFO Network celebrates 50 years of investigating and promoting research and identified flying object phenomenon. The all-volunteer nonprofit science-based organization has endeavored since 1969 to hunt down answers about baffling vehicles of unknown origin. So it's pretty good to always check MUFON and the case files. Go to MUFON.com and there's case files there that you can read and reports that happen daily about the craft that are seen in the sky. And here's an image of the different types of craft seen and reported in 1967, 1970, 1949, different types of shapes described about UFOs. Alright, also, Jose Canseco is worried Bigfoot and aliens may have coronavirus. I just wanted to share this because I found it funny. Jose Canseco is worried Bigfoot and aliens may have coronavirus. You never know. If Bigfoot exists and there's aliens out there, do they have coronavirus? Do they have the cure for the disease is a better question. Because if they have that cure, please share it with humankind. You know what I'm saying? Says, can Bigfoots or aliens get coronavirus? I need to know because I have had contact with them. The steroid-tainted former MLB slugger tweeted on Saturday. So this website, New York Post, really doesn't like MLB slugger Jose Canseco, as they described him as a steroid-tainted former MLB slugger. It says, when he isn't sitting in the pot with Alex Rodriguez, the 55-year-old Canseco is often ranting about the mythological Bigfoot, aliens, and time travel. He even once offered 5 people the chance to go on a Bigfoot and alien excursion alongside him, though it's unclear if that ever took place. So I just wanted to share that. He's asking the really important questions. Does Bigfoot have coronavirus? Alright. Next, conspiracy theorist burns 5G towers claiming link to virus. In London, CCTV footage from a Dutch business park shows a man in a ball cap pouring the contents of a white container at the base of a cellular radio tower. Flames burst out as the man jogs back to his Toyota to flee into the evening. This scene has been repeated dozens of times in recent weeks in Europe, whilst conspiracy theories linking the 5G mobile networks and the coronavirus pandemic are fueling arson attacks on cell towers. Alright, so I don't condone attacks on cell towers. I don't believe that 5G is causing coronavirus, but I do believe that those new cell towers could affect some people depending on the frequency of the radiation or radio that it's transmitting. I don't agree that we should be populated by 5G towers everywhere. It's kind of like air pollution, but I don't believe that we should be just burning them like crazy people. I think it's just a level too high for my conspiracy. I think it's too much. Alright, so that's it for these videos. Please remember to stay safe if you live in Texas, Louisiana, Alabama, Arkansas, Mississippi, parts of Tennessee, as it is reaching in these areas now. Stay safe out there, guys. Hit like and subscribe for more videos. Hopefully this video isn't edited and cut out like it was yesterday for what I had to say, because I tend to be pretty blunt and honest when it comes to my conspiracy theories or Bigfoot stuff and UFO stuff, so just take it as you can. If you don't like it, go somewhere else. But I pretty much like to talk about things that I find interesting, and I like to share it because it's such a fun, interesting conversation. It's better than just sitting around and listening to non-ending, droning news about coronavirus. Alright guys, see you next time and God bless.